Hi everyone, Andrew here from bestwinebuys.co.nz, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Mr. Miles Davis from Radio Sport. Miles, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here, Andrew. Finally nice to see the upper chamber.
Yeah.
Normally you only let me down in the peasants' quarters.
Not many get to see up here, Miles, I can tell you that. Miles is kind enough to have me on his radio show on a Thursday afternoon, so I thought I'd get him in and we'd have a run, I'd give him a quick look behind the scenes. And Miles, I know you're a bit of a Chardonnay man, you've told me that before. But perhaps tell us a little bit about yourself, a bit of your background with wine.
As I've said to you before many times, you don't get a nose like this just drinking tea. I'm a massive fan of wine. When I was a kid, I lived in Portugal for 2.5 years in the Algarve, and even as kids over there, the continental Mediterranean way is to drink wine. And I got a love for it from there ever since. And living the last 25 years in New Zealand, other than maybe France, there's not many better places in the world to live if you're a wine fan, which I am.
Too right. Well, today we've got a lineup of Chardonnays. This is just a selection of Chardonnay that's arrived on my desk during the week. And what I thought we'd do is bag them up, run through, try them all, and see what we like. Now, Miles, I've invited you in. I know you've got a good palate, and I want you to be as critical as possible. We can be as critical, as mean about these wines as we like. Hopefully we'll find a few good ones. But remember, we only take in 1 or 2 out of every 10
If we don't find some good ones, I'm going to be mean to you, mate. Coming in here getting all excited about 6 Chardonnays it takes, and they're all rubbish.
No, very good. Well, these are all wines in the under $20 price bracket that after a bit of negotiation I think we can get down under 15. I have no idea what's in there, but we'll see how we go. So it's about 10:30 on a Friday morning. You ready to rip into it?
I'm ready to kick off, mate. Right. I was born ready.
Let's go.
What's that smell?
It's a totally different spectrum to the first.
It's almost like it's not a Chardonnay when I first went in there, the very first smell of that. And it's funny because it's backed up what my nose was telling me in the first place.
Yep. Yeah. You're picking up acidity, I'm picking up alcohol.
It's got a complex nose.
Yep.
A bit like mine that's been broken twice. Mineral thing in it, but I can't really. It's overpowering whatever else is underneath.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty healthy portion of oak because on the nose straight away, I can almost smell toast. Okay, Miles, I thought that went very well. A bit of fun there?
It was a bit of fun, actually. I must admit, it's not a hardship drinking New Zealand wines, and Chardonnays especially. I've got to say, as they went along, I was hoping for a little bit more, and you said we've got to be critical. They all seem reasonably young. Some of them, that was a bit too acidy for me, a little bit lightweight on it. Didn't seem like a Chardonnay to me initially. It's more like an aromatic. Left me a little thing. Complex nose. It was like I called it passion fruit with a bit of wet bauxite, with a bit of mineral in there, but didn't really do it for me. That one looked like it was going to be a blind at first, very burnt toast. Good. But in the end, 5 and 6 for me were the 2 that I would do, and I'm going to need to have a playoff, a penalty shootout between the 2 of them, decide which is the favourite. This one, I think, in the future has got more potential. It's going to be more complex. So they're both originally. I felt that was young and yet rounded. That one there, very quaffable, smoother maybe than that, but maybe less complex. So I can see potential in that for the future. If I wanted a solid style now, just in the back garden, I'll take that one. But for me, in fact, I don't need the playoff. I think 5 will be the winner in the long run.
Very good. Well, you've stolen my thunder a little bit there, Miles, and I think we could almost give you a job here because I was thinking along the same lines. Okay, I was thinking wine number 5. It's a youthful one, but there's a lot going on there. At this stage of its life, it's quite lean and mean and tight, but there's some good oak, there's some good fruit. I think that's about to blow up. I think that could be huge. I also like wine number 6, just for its drinkability. Juicy, fruity, easy going, not overly complicated.
A bit like you, really.
But very guidable, Sunday arvo, hot summer's day, get into it. But I also want to have a look at wine number 1. I thought that the first wine of the day, I thought that had something going for it that was quite.
The only thing with that one with me, and I agree with it, is that it just left a little bit of, the nose was fantastic, but it just left a little bit of a, you know, that I'd swallowed a bit of acid or something like that. It was just a little bit sharp of an aftertaste. Now, whether you'd know better than me, whether that's going to grow out of it, whether it's grown out of that habit. If it was one of my children and 6 bottles of wine, I've got 6 sons, that one would be getting a lot of discipline, and I'd hope that I could put it right, but I don't know whether, you know, maybe a lost cause.
But if you married him off to a good bit of food or a good
hey.
I think you might see the best side of it.
And one thing that I learnt many years ago is that you never underestimate the chemical reaction between the right food and the right wine, which changes both, changes the wine and the food. It's just a magnificent, complementary thing.
So right, well, without further ado, let's have a quick look, eh? Thornbury, Gisborne.
I see.
So you said you like Gisborne.
I said I like Gisborne, mate, and there you go.
This is the Thornbury Gisborne Chardonnay 2009. I've tried early vintages and they've always been good. I'll go into bat on this. I'd like to get this on the site, and for those watching at home, look out for it. At the time of filming it's not in, but expect to see it over the next couple of weeks. I think that's excellent. I think we're pretty unanimous. Wine number 2, or our second favourite at least, was number 6. Let's have a look. Tolaga Bay, lightly oaked Chardonnay. That's a real surprise package. But the wines I've tried from these guys so far have been excellent. Another Gizzy Chardonnay, and you've already said you like Gizzy Chardonnay, so no surprise there. Fantastic little producer. I think this retails just under 20, but I think we'll have a close look at this and go into that. Very good.
Put the squeeze on.
Yep. Wine number 1. Yes, Mansion House Bay Chardonnay 2008. Now that's made by the Whitehaven winemaking team. It's their second tier label. I've had early vintages and they've always been excellent. Very, very well made wine. From 08, so it should be in its straps now. I'm going to also take a closer look at that, so look out for that. Mansion House Bay Chardonnay 2008. We'll try and get it on the site over the next couple of weeks. Well, Miles, really appreciate you coming in, mate.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure. Anytime you want someone to come in and drink lots of wine with you on a Friday morning, give me a shout.
All right, excellent. And just, you know, as a small token, how about you take this and have it with your lunch?
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that.
All right. Thanks, Miles, and thanks for watching. Look out for some of these wines over the next few weeks on Best Wine Buys. Cheers. See you soon.